What's up, guys? This is PelicanMan bringing you another league on Magic Online of my Modern Brew Sun and Moon. As I've stated previously, I'm only using cards that I both own in paper and on Magic Online, so the list looks a bit old school and it's probably not going to do too well. It didn't do too well last week, but here's hoping we can make kind of a more classic Sun and Moon list work. So mana base, we've actually added an extra land from last time because we're back on the sheltered thickets, so I think going up to 25 lands makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, it's pretty standard mana base here. 2 shocklands, 2 mountains, a bunch of plains, 4 arid mesa, 2 rugged prairie and needle spires, and 4 temples. It's got 9 spot removal in 4 bone crusher giant, 4 lightning helix, and a single cast out. We have 6 sweepers. We have 3 anger of the gods, 2 wrath of gods, and a day of judgment. We have our 8 prison pieces in the 4 blood moons, the 4 chalice. We have the 4 simians to power them out. And in our win conditions, we have 4 Nahiris, 2 Chandra's, and a Hazaret. I was running a Gideon. I only own 1 Gideon in paper because I traded the second one away for some stupid reason. But the numbers actually worked out cleaner doing this. I was actually going to have the Gideon main deck over the Hazaret and have the Hazaret in the board. But I wasn't happy with how my sideboard numbers were looking to fit it in, so pushed it back to main. And of course, we've got the 1 of Emrakul here to 2 to 4 with Nahiri's Ultimate. Now looking at our sideboard, as always, we have 3 Leyline of Sanctity, we have 3 Rest in Peace, 3 Stony Silence, and the Singleton Wear Tear kind of acting as another Stony Silence. I was on a 2-1 split here, I kind of just like this as a standalone card now. 3 Damping Sphere, which this was actually the cut I made to make room for the Hazaret, and I kind of like Damping Sphere in the meta at the moment, so we've popped it back in. And the 2 Chandra Awakened Inferno for the counterspell matchups. As always, not great against Zero, but what are you going to do? I don't have any other options in paper, so this is what we're going to test. And with that said, let's get match number 1 underway. Alrighty, found an opponent. Let's get match number 1 underway. Lost the die roll. Opponent's named Mark Chalice. And they've revealed Obosh. Okay. So we get to turn 1 Blood Moon with this hand. But then we lock ourselves out of white. We have a second Blood Moon. If our opponent's on Obosh, they're potentially on like the Ponza variant. So I'm going to mulligan based on that knowledge. I'm happy keeping this and bottoming a second Blood Moon. This is kind of similar, but we have a turn 2 Blood Moon, which is fine. Yeah, opponent's leading on basic mountain. I'm kind of happier about our mulligan decision. I mean, I could go down to 5 to find a hand that might be better in a matchup where I assume Blood Moon isn't as good, but I think I'm relatively happy with this. Okay, Swift Spear, sure. Okay. They just hit us 1? Sure. And light up the stage? Not a problem. Just gonna do this now. Get Sacred Foundry. Okay. Well, I'm just going to straight up Helix that Swift Spear. Assuming our opponent's aggressive enough, I think that it's pretty justified. Not letting them have the chance to get it out of Helix range. Simeon. Okay, so they appear to be mono red, so Blood Moon feels less and less good. I'm just going to try and take them this Soul Scar Mage while I think they can't do anything about it. They might choose to Lightning Bolt their Soul Scar or something. Okay, they're Lava Darting me. So they need to sack a land and flash it back to be able to save their Soul Scar Mage. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Lightning Helix being a 2-mana Stone Rain that still gains me 3. Or gains me 1, I guess. Okay. Like, that spent a lot of resources there, I think. Okay. So I need to start drawing some gas, like a Planeswalker or a Wrath effect. Okay, they're getting it for 6. I'm just going to get another Sacred Foundry here. Or am I getting a Sheltered Thicket? I might just get a Sheltered Thicket. So I guess I'm just playing out a Simeon as a blocker. It's not great. Not looking great. Drawing lands isn't really what we want. We are on 25 of them, so it's our own fault. Yeah. Okay. Sure thing. Chandra. Yeah. Let's play out the Chandra. Let's kill this. And pass it back to our opponent. They're probably just going to send a burn spell at Chandra, but it's one less burn spell that comes at us, hopefully. Gross. Okay. And play a Bone Crusher? Sure. Drawing a few too many lands now. But I don't want to activate Castle Embereth, so playing out the Blood Moon seems fine. I've also just got enough white sources. Let's see what our opponent's got. Another Stomp. Okay, we're one spell away from dead, and we're dead. Awesome. So, we just need a mulligan a bit better. Pretty sure all the Blood Moons can come out here. Cast Out's not particularly good. Everything else is kind of fine. I think Leyline of Sanctity is worth bringing in. Maybe Rest in Peace for like Lava Darts. Lava Darts and Firebolts, that's probably not good. Maybe just some Damping Spheres. Maybe like 2 Damping Spheres and we'll cut the cast out. Yeah, everything else looks good. All these spells are great. If we can draw them instead of lands, we'll be laughing. Maybe I shouldn't have got my Sheltered Thicket. I should have actually got a Sacred Fairy tap to increase our chance of drawing Sheltered Thicket. Alright, we get to be on the play. So we're looking for Chalice. Chalice on 1 would be ideal. Leyline's good. 2 removal spells is good. I'm actually going to keep this. Because we've got 2 Wraths, so if we start flooding, we're pretty good. We've got removal spells. Now, normally I would want to leave this to increase our chance of drawing lands, but I think I'm just happy killing this. And because we don't have blood means our Sacred Foundries are slightly better than they normally would be. Okay, Hazoret wasn't the best draw. Nice thing is we get to stomp this pretty much freely, I think. So now we're really hoping we can find some lands. Because we've drawn another 4-drop, which isn't surprising, but it is unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to just stomp again. Next best thing to drawing a land is drawing a 2-mana removal spell in this matchup. Are they going to firebolt me just so they don't lose the firebolt? Oh, they can't firebolt me. Okay. Land is good. Yeah, I'm happy to see what my opponent does here because we are drawing to enough lands to start playing Wraths. And they also can't target me with any burn spells. So they might just hit me here and play a creature post-combat. If they do nothing, I'm probably just... no, if they do nothing, I'm probably just happy to chill. Certainly thinking about something. Another Bliss Coil Weird? Sure. So I'm going to Helix one now. If I draw a land, I'll Wrath. If I don't draw a land, I'll just play it a Bone Crusher. Okay, tap land, so we will still play at the Bone Crusher. We do not want extra lands at this point. This gives them a target for their spells, but it also potentially gets them to overcommit to make our Wraths better. Oh, they're just going to bolt it now. That's great. Because that could have been an extra +1/+1 on their Bliss Coil Weirds. So yeah, they're just going to attack for 2, unless they've got creatures to play for this 2 mana. No? Okay. White. Wrath of God. So if we draw a land next turn, I'll actually play out a land. Oh, okay. I was going to say I'll play out a land and Exile Simian just to get an attack in with Hazoret. I think I'm going to just chill on the Hazoret, because if need be I can exile the Simians to block with Hazoret. Because this Hazoret as a blocker is just going to be the best thing in this matchup, I think. Okay. Ooh. Let's play Chalice on 1. Turns off most of their deck. Because they have Obosh, it means they shouldn't have 2-drops. I should have realized before when wondering what they were doing with their mana. Exile Simian, activate Hazoret, discard the Simian. And we'll get in. So our opponent's on a very quick clock now. And the best part is we still get to use our Wrath, because our Hazoret won't die to it. Okay, they scoop to that. Wonderful. So going into game 3, I think we sideboarded right. I could see wanting this extra Damping Sphere, But all of our other cards are really good. I could see cutting a land actually, like maybe like a Needle Spires. Or a Cycle land. Well, this hand's really good, so we're going to keep. Are we? Yeah, the Emrakul's bad, but these Bone Crushers are good. Yeah, we'll keep. They mulligan to 6. Okay. Simeon? Another Chalice. That doesn't do anything for us. So, I'm pretty sure their deck is just trying to play like a large number of one. Oh my goodness, a large number of 1-drops. Like they can have 3-drops in their deck, but they can't have 2-drops. So I just assume this is really good. Yeah, they're just going to throw some bolts at us and stuff. But like next turn they can play a 3-drop, I guess, which is fine. But otherwise they're probably going to be trying to play like 3 1-mana spells. Okay. They put Obosh into their hand, that's good for us. Helix was a good draw. I am actually going to play... I'm actually going to Stomp first. Because I know they can't get it out of range of either of them. So I'd rather save Helix for a 1-2. Anger? Okay. I'm just going to play a Bone Crusher. Which is another thing. Stomp is a 2-mana spell they can have in their deck because Bone Crusher is a 3-drop. That was something I didn't think about. So they've got 3 cards in here, so they need land. Yeah, they got the land, so they get to play the Obosh. Which is a 3/5, so if I draw a land, I get to kill it. I get to double spell to take it down. Damping Sphere. Okay, so I'm just going to pass to them here. If they want to attack, I'll block with Bone Crusher and I'll Stomp to finish it off. Otherwise they need a non-1-mana spell that kills Bone Crusher. Another land, sure. Okay, they're attacking. Okay. Now we'll Stomp. Awesome. Back to us. We draw a land, so... Still just want to play this Bone Crusher because my opponent appears to have nothing. And I'll just slowly beat him to death with Bone Crusher. Sure. Pillage, okay. So they're probably going to pillage my Chalice. Play a Soul Scar, okay. We will crack the Arid Mesa. Get a Sacred Foundry. Untap. Start by helixing this. I probably could have started with Chalice so if they had like mutagenic growth we could play around it. But at this point our opponent just has nothing as far as I can tell. So we'll play a replacement Chalice. Get in with our Bone Crusher Giant. And our opponent's on a 4-turn clock. And here he is, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to just play Nahiri. Yes, I'll discard Emrakul. Okay. Pretty okay with playing out a land. Get in. Let's see what our opponent can do. They just keep drawing lands. Yep, and they scoop it up. Alright, let's get on to match number 2. Alright, found another opponent. Let's get match number 2 underway. We've lost the die roll. I don't know how to feel about this hand. Having 2 Angers means if it's like a creature matchup, this is real good for us. And the Blood Moon's kind of good in the matchups where it isn't, but we have no way to speed it out. This is tough. Because yeah, even if Anger's good, like a lot of the matchups where Anger's good are Vile matchups. Let's mulligan, based on the fact that we have 4 lands. Yeah, I'm okay with keeping this. It's kind of doing what our last hand was doing. No Blood Moon, but you know, Day of Judgment is kind of an upgrade on Anger. They kept their 7. Okay, looks like Blood Moon was not ideal. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? What are you doing? Snow-covered plains. I kind of want to keep this Simeon so that we can turn 3 Day of Judgment. We've got Bone Crusher. Let's bottom this. Horizon Canopy. So is this going to be Death and Taxes, right? Yep, there's Athalia. Okay. So if I had that Simeon, I would have stomped Thalia by this point. Yeah, this almost has to be Death and Taxes. Got an Arbiter? Okay. I don't particularly care about Arbiter. I do care if they have Ghost Quarter exactly. So the plan is I'm going to stomp the Thalia and then untap and Day of Judgment, assuming they play another creature. Okay, so they're smart and didn't do anything pre-combat. I was kind of hoping they would, because now they have the option of post-combat playing a new Thalia, which is going to ruin our Day of Judgment plan. So maybe it was worth taking the extra 2 there. Yeah, okay. What do we get? Removal spell? No, okay. So what we're going to do... yeah, we're going to do this. Which is bad if they Ghost Quarter us, but... if they play a Ghost Quarter, we're going to be in trouble anyway, I think. drawn a lot of basic plans. I'm happy enough getting our shock land here. So next turn we're going to play a 5-mana Day of Judgment. Just hope they play another creature into it. They're only on 3 lands, so that looks good for us. Okay. No follow-up from them, but I hope that means our Day of Judgment's good. Yeah. They might have Cocos and stuff stuck in hand. Have I played a land? Yes, I have. Well, the good news is we're only 7 more mana sources away from playing our Emrakul. Also, for what it's worth, I wouldn't have played Bone Crusher out into their board anyway. I don't think, but I also did forget that it was there, so that's on me. Yeah, okay. Played a Bone Crusher. What did they get? They got Sword of Fire and Ice. That's pretty good against us. We will cast our Simian. So they get to play the sword, they get to equip the sword. Yeah, it's not great for us. So I need to get another Wrath effect. So this is probably going to kill our Simian anyway. They cannot block. But if it keeps them from hitting us for another 2, that's good. Yeah, because otherwise they could have killed us next turn with this. Something? Anything. That is something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Do I kill Stoneforge? I kind of want to kill the Stoneforge. Because if they've avoided doing my Bone Crusher, their Stoneforge has the last lethal point of damage. What 3-drops can I hit off Chandra that can deal with this Arbiter? Nothing right now, I don't think. Let's just kill the Stoneforge. This also lets us get in for damage. I should have expanded my arrow base so I could fetch, just in case I need the mana next turn. So this should be attacking me and probably should be hitting the Chandra with its ability. Yep. Okay, so they're gonna... Oh, okay. I suppose I have mana up, so I thought they were going to just like start blowing up lands. They're moving the sword to the Skyclave right now. No, they're playing at an 8th file. Okay. What do we get? Oh, Anger of the Gods doesn't do it. Alright, our opponent got us there with the Sword of Fire and Ice. So, Death and Taxes. We want the Stonies because they have the Stoneforge package. We want Wear Tear. I think Chandra is going to be good. I don't really want Chalice. Well, does it turn off Path, which we don't care about? And I think I'm happy to trim like some number of Blood Moon. Everything else is kind of good. So Blood Moon, I kind of want to keep to turn off the Ghost Quarters, but I think I'm... Yeah, I don't really want to see them most of the time, so I'll just cut down to 2. And we'll go with that. Alrighty, I would indeed like to play first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna keep. I'm keeping based on the assumption that I get to resolve this Chandra and that she's gonna take over the game. So any Ghost Quarter shenanigans from our opponent obviously throw a spanner in the works there, but put that on the bottom. We're gonna find lands. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. They have 8th Vial here. I might be a little upset. Which doesn't appear that they do. So I've surely got a lot of turns where I can play this Shelter Thicket tapped, and I can potentially even cycle it, so I think I'm just going to hold up Stomp here. Thalia, sure. Well, I can't stomp that Thalia. Okay, I'm going to play out the Arid Mace because I want to fetch before an Arbiter comes down. Yeah, I think we're just chilling. If they play an Arbiter, I want to stomp the Arbiter. I'm going to let this hit me. That might have even been part of what punished this last game. Okay. We will respond to the Arbiter being cast. They're going to play, yeah, they're going to play Ghost Quarter to follow it up. This sucks because I want to stomp the Arbiter, but I also don't want them to be able to Ghost Quarter me. I think we're just going to hang. Okay. That was a good draw. So they can Ghost Quarter me now, but then they're all taking themselves off a land, and they're the one that needs to play to the board. Sure. I think this works out better for us. Like them, both of us going down a land works way better for me. Even though they could have a Thalia here, I'll just untap and stomp. Okay. Vial, sure. Okay. So I've got all the lands that I need, I believe. Bottom the Simian. So as a reminder to myself, I can't F6 anymore now that Vial's out, I don't think. Be very happy to find a Simian right now. Do I cycle my Shelter Thicket? Well, I mean, I have to stomp that. Okay. So I'm probably just playing at the Bone Crusher now. So draw Simian. Ooh. Yeah, well, they have paths, so I don't really care about the Hazoret. Let's play at the Bone Crusher. And now we have no responses, so we'll just yield through the turn. If our opponent's got another Give It a Violin. What did they take out? My Temple. Okay. Here's another mountain. This is why I really like having the extra mountain in the deck. So they have to play a Thalia to keep me from being able to play out my Chandra next turn. With that said, we're not really choked on mana. Like, I don't think they're expecting a 6-drop. They're just going to field us again. It looks like they are. Okay. Okay. Very intrigued as to what this is about. Okay. Anger's pretty cool. We are just going to play this Chandra. And we are going to tick up. And I don't know that they can like one-shot this with anything they're doing, so I feel like I get to protect this pretty well. Just keep upticking. Oh, Celestial Purge. Sure. Yeah, it makes sense that that is a card they would bring in against me. Well, now we get to lean into Hazoret, which is cool. Would love to draw a land so I can anger into Hazoret. The reason I didn't attack with Bone Crusher, by the way, is I was hoping if they had any creatures to violin or whatever that Bone Crusher could protect my Chandra. I mean, I would love to block, but the thing that's flying, dude. My opponent appears to have nothing, so that's cool. It's one of the worst draws. But I suppose next time I'm just going to start discarding cards to Hazoret, so it's whatever. Like, we're winning this race. Celestial Purge for my Chandra, though. It's kind of rude. Another Flicker Wisp, okay. What's this? Flickering my Hazoret? Okay. Do you have a way to keep it gone? Okay. I mean, I also have Basics opponent. I mean, I can't blame them. These Field of Ruins are doing nothing for them otherwise. While staying at 3. So I am going to anger them next turn. Ooh, Arbiter. Yep, got no blockers. Hazoret's back. I found a Simian. And I'm just going to anger now to get rid of their board. Just to force them to do something with this Arbiter. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I should have tapped that for mana actually. So that I could discard this Emrakul to Hazoret. So I'm on 8. They have a Vial on 3. They have no cards in hand. Exile Simian. Yes. So they would be dead next turn if I'd tapped my land for mana before letting their Ghost Quarter resolve. I suppose they are anyway, because I can discard Emrakul on whatever other card I draw. Also, this Emblem's going to kill them. So one more attack with Hazoret and an activation of her ability. Yep. So I need to draw something good here. Stoneforge is pretty okay. Do you have Batterskull or are you just getting Sword of Fire and Ice? Batterskull, okay. Removal spell? Nahiri. What does Nahiri do for me? She lets me discard the Emrakul and potentially find like a Helix or a Stomp. Okay. Discard the Emrakul. Do Chandra. Well, they just have to chump block here. I mean, they do have to chump block here, but they might not know it, so I'm going to attack. Because they take one here, and then this activation kills them. Yeah, okay. So now they have to hard cast their Batterskull, which Chandra gets to take down. I think we're good here. The hand is Batterskull and Unknown. Yeah, they're just hardcasting a Batterskull. What do we draw? Temple. So I can cast 1, 2, 3, 4, cast Chandra. Be 1 mana short, so I actually do want to activate this. Try and find an untapped land. No? Okay. Cast these. 4 damage to these. And they scoop it up. Cool, okay. Game number 3. Pretty okay with what we did there. Yeah. No reason to look at anything else. I mean, again, Chalice is only good as a Chalice on 1. I tend to only care about Chalice if Chalice on 0 or Chalice on 1 is good in a matchup. Death and Taxes is a matchup where Chalice on 1 is particularly... Chalice on 0 is irrelevant. Chalice on 1 isn't particularly impressive. Like, it's only stopping Vial, which means we have to get it down before the Vial, or it stops Path or like Giver Runes and stuff. And I don't really care about any of those spells except for Vial. But we're bringing in 3 Stonies, so... I like the Wear Tear. I like the Bone Crush. I'm just going to keep. This is a pretty decent hand. It does fold kind of hard to like Arbiter shenanigans, but I mean, a lot of our hands do. 2 tap lands isn't the best, but the simming kind of makes up for it. Oh yeah, it's 1 in a red. Okay. Very interested in destroying that Aether Vial. Untap land? Well, it's the next best thing. So they can play an Arbiter next turn. But I think we still have to put the untapped land on top. And just hope they don't, like, hardcast Arbiter. The issue is, like, they'd probably rather play a Thalia here and keep an Arbiter to dropping off their Vial with, like, some Ghost Quarters ready to pop. There's the Arbiter. Okay. So let's Temple. What do we get? What do we get? Blood Moon? No. So if I keep the Blood Moon and they like Ghost Quarter me, then I'm relying on the Zarad Mesa too much. Yeah, put it on the bottom. And I'm just going to pass here. Because they might play a Ghost Quarter and try and Ghost Quarter us, and I can get them with... Ooh. Do I get priority again? That's so dumb. Surely I get priority again there. Well, now we're in trouble. I just have to hope the next turn I can Anger. Anger's not even good. Well, then drawing card's good. I think I have to stomp this Giver. Awesome. Awesome. So now I'm just going to stomp the Arbiter. Or do I want to kill the Vial? If I stomp the Arbiter, I can then fetch. But I've got Anger. So the Vial's on 2. Yeah. Let's just kill this, I suppose. Make them do a thing with it right now. They have nothing, okay. So, and they're on the play, right? Yeah, they're on the play, so they've missed a land. No, they cracked their Horizon Canopy. Okay. I don't know what's in their hand, but okay. Oh, well, if they activate that, they also don't get to search. They're doing it? Alright. So I'm just going to stomp this. And I'm just going to do this. And we'll say no. And we'll pass. We just get to start playing Bone Crushers. If we draw a land, we get to start playing out Chandra and Hazoret. Okay. Land? Land. So their mana denial really hasn't worked. I think that's partly because we're on 25 lands, to be honest. Just gonna donk them for 2. It's kind of weird. We shouldn't be too weak to Arbiter because we only have 4 fetch lands, but we're just lucky, I guess. Oh, that's so gross. But if we kill that, we get a 4/4. That's kind of cool. That's also pretty cool. We'll bottom a land, yes. Play out Hazoret. So this forces them to commit more to the border. They want to be able to race us. Which makes our anger better. Because most of their stuff should die to this anger. Oh, okay. We have been pathed. Get a red, just so they can't really hate us out of any of our colours. So now next time we get to anger into Bone Crusher. Which I think I'll do if they don't play anything else. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, let's play a Bone Crusher. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to Helix this now. F6 value. And that gives me a 4/4. Resto. Well, that's something that doesn't die to anger. Now I'm looking for a Wrath. So I get my 4/4. They take away my Bone Crusher, then I anger and I get a 3/3 as well. That's fine. If I draw another Helix or a Stomp, I get to take down the Resto as well. Yeah, I'm happy to kill that with an anger too. Okay. I feel like I can probably win this race. Oh yeah. That doesn't do anything. But this sure does. Let that resolve. Get a 3/3. Play a Bone Crusher. Play a Bone Crusher. So our opponent gets sacked to 7. We're putting him to 13 and we're attacking for 11 next turn. Seems pretty good. And they have seemingly run out of stuff. Yeah, Vile, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, they're leaving Resto back now. Ooh, okay. So their Resto is probably going to block our 3/3. Yeah. They got Purge. Okay, so that's dealing 2 to them. Yeah, I just let that resolve. And now we Stomp. And now we Bone Crusher. And we're pretty far ahead now. We have Lethal in play. They're in top deck mode. And we're basically in top deck mode too. But none of their cards should be insane enough to be able to deal with this. Yeah, like Thalia doesn't do anything. And they scoop it up. Alright, that is match number 2 in the bag. Join us shortly for match number 3. Alright, we've got an opponent. Let's get match number 3 underway. I would love to play first. Yeah. This hand's pretty cool. We're kind of Thoughtseize proof because we have 2 chalices and 2 removal spells. We've got a win condition in Bone Crusher Giant, technically. The second chalice even means that we can play a chalice out on 0, which... No, if they have Thoughtseize, I definitely want to hold on to a chalice. Watch my opponent play a bunch of Mishra's Balls now. Giver of Runes, okay. Reversing Taxes again? Reversing Taxes, I kind of just want to Stomp this. But also Stomp isn't relevant until I play something else anyway. So let's just play a Chalice on 1. Yes. Assume this Chalice does nothing. Just chill with it. Shepherd, there have to be taxes with the Shepherd Dunes. Yep, Stoneforge. God, Sword of Fire and Ice. What a bastard. And there's Emrakul. Let's just Stomp this now. So, if I had not played the Chalice... Yeah, sure, do whatever, man. If I had not played the Chalice, I would have killed this. I would have been able to kill this to keep them from dropping the sword. But dropping the sword doesn't matter anyway, because I'm just going to kill whatever they try and equip it to. Arbiter. That's not cool. They're doing that instead of putting their sword into play. I think I have to kill this Arbiter though, because I'm vulnerable because I only have 1 red source. Yeah, let's just kill it. If I had a basic mountain instead of one of these basic planes, I would kill the Stoneforge. I mean, you should do this in your turn, opponent, so I can't... Okay. Are they just going to hardcast this? I'm really confused. That's why they don't seem to care about... Okay. That's a problem. Because these helixes don't deal with the resto. So taxes is really popular at the moment, huh? What do they get? They got a batter skull. You know what? I'm just going to murder this thing because I'm sick of it. So now we have a decent amount of turns to find an answer to this sword. Because they're probably just going to play it and equip it here. They've also got a batter skull that they can play. That said, this is a pretty damn quick clock. So alright, we're going to play out our Emrakul eventually, I guess. Could have played Bone Crusher, but like I honestly want to find a Wrath so bad that I don't think I want to lose my Bone Crusher to it. Maybe that's wrong, but like I don't think we're providing a relevant clock here. If I do nothing else, I'm probably going to do it now just to be able to like trade with the germ. Why do you have to have pro red, you jerk? Oh well. Let's play out Nahiri anyway. Just so we get to draw a new card. Well, Blood Moon doesn't do a lot. But hopefully that digs us closer to Wraths. Like, there's every chance, like, there's every, what am I trying to say? We might have been smarter to discard the Chalice so that we didn't shuffle all those not Wraths back into our deck. I'm just dead here. That's fine. Okay, so taxes again. So let's bring in these Chandras again. Let's bring in Wear Tear. Because taxes loves playing Arbiter and Stoneforge, so we'll bring in the Stonies again. We'll cut the Chalices, we'll cut 2 Moons, and we'll go with that. I would love to go on the play, thank you. Oh, that's a lot of things that are bad if my opponent Ghost Quarters me into Oblivion. But there are also a lot of good cards in a mid-range matchups, so I'm gonna keep. Also, we're not relying on fetch lands, which is cool. Also, this plays into this really nicely, and we have 2 of them. Listen, this is a smart keeper, right? Trust me. This can only go well. Okay, start with a temple. Find another land. I'm gonna bottom it. I know removal's good in the matchup, but I want to draw that 4th land pretty bad. Like, yes, that Helix could have dealt with an Arbiter that might have caused us problems, but I'm willing to run the risk. Vial's not good. Okay. We do not want Hazoret. We definitely do not want Hazoret. Would love to see Simeon. Love to see Simeon. Okay, Stoneforge is fine. Sword of Fire and Ice, you got it. I think I'm gonna Anger. Is that crazy? No, I think I like Angering here. Just slows down their ability to put the Sword of Fire and Ice down in creatures and equip. I mean, the Vial means that they'll probably just land, sword, violin, something. But this also hurts their ability to Ghost Quarter us. Which I think if we can avoid them Ghost Quartering us, we're... Ooh. Okay, we're looking good, I think. Chandra. Exile a card. What was it? A shelter ticket? Sure. So all we need is to survive one more turn to keep the Chandra around and to keep all our lands, or for this to stay around and for us to draw land if they kill a land. And then next turn we get to Chandra Awakened Inferno. And then that's probably the game over with. Yep. Pass back to us, please. Pass back to us. This bit. No! Fuck you, opponent. That's not cool. You know what? I'm gonna play my Chandra, and I'm gonna kill your man, and get a 4/4. I was considering playing Nahiri to take this opportunity to take down the Vial, but I mean, this is gonna be a good blocker. So, do I just want to? Yeah, I just want to crack the Mesa now. I have Blood Moon, so I am getting a Plains. Playing the Chandra also means next turn, if we don't draw land and they let us keep this, we get to uptick and put Big Chandra into play. But they shouldn't be able to threaten this unless they have another Skyclave or they have a what was it, Celestial Purge? Oh my! Stop it! You're out of control, opponent. Stop taking away my Chandras. It's alright, we're going to top take a land and everything will be right with the world. Right? That's pretty good. Let's do that. This forces them to activate Vial now. Yeah. What you flickering? Oh, of course, my fucking illusion. Okay, well now your sword's useless. And now you only have one white source. So we should be okay here. The most important thing is I kind of want to drop this and neg 3 to sweep these away. But I mean, I'll happily play it in Nahiri and down tick on a Flicker Wisp and let this thing kill my Nahiri. Oh, no, kill this. That's so rude. Well, Nahiri's going to down tick on this sucker now. Yeah. Yep, Nahiri. Fuck you. Give me my 4/4. And pass 10. So that Flicker Wisp was probably going to take down my Nahiri now. But we get to stomp it, so whatever. Yep. They have nothing. They probably have Resto. Whatever. Stomp you. Yeah, just force the Resto out now. That means I can't cast the Bone Crusher. I should have just played Nahiri. Far out. I knew they had Resto and I still played like an idiot. That's on me. So now even this isn't looking good. It is for 6 down to 6. What is this? An Arbiter? Sure. Yeah, kind of just need to play this out and neg 3 to take away these knuckleheads. Excuse me? It's an elemental. Oh my god. Okay. Yep. That happened. Alright, match number 4. Let's go. Alright. Opponent found. Let's get match number 4 going. We won the die roll. It's bad luck, but we're going to take it. Yeah. Yeah. Removal into win conditions, but if we miss lands, this is what always happens, right? We see this hazard, we're like, we'll hit lands, we'll play out our curve and whatever. We have 25 lands though. We have a temple, we've got removal. I'm gonna be greedy, I'm gonna keep. They keep 7 as well, okay. Yeah. Jocelyn might be good, so let's leave it on top. Oh, yes. I mean, they're going to hand hate, doesn't take away, like, something, but our hand's pretty resilient to hand hate, and we're going to get to... Okay. So, okay. As long as they can't play Death Shadow right now, we're good. Do not play a Death Shadow. Okay. Swift Spear's fine. Let's pay 2, so X is 1. The next time we can Helix this sucker down. Okay, they're doing it just to get their trigger. Are they stuck on 1 land? Because they did that before making a land drop. Okay, there's a land. You want to... Okay. Are they doing this just for extra damage right now? They got a swamp. That's interesting. I didn't actually know these decks ran basic swamp. Well, I'm going to Helix, because even if they have a way to survive this, the life gain's going to be really good. Okay. We missed a land drop, so we got punished like I thought we would for keeping a hand that has Hazard and not 4 lands already in it. Is this going to be Collective Brutality, maybe? Oh. Big fish. Land. Hell yeah. I'm going to play a Bone Crusher as a chump blocker. And we're going to chump block. And then next time we're going to draw a land, we're going to play our Nahiri. And we're going to down tick on the Gurmag. And everything will be right. And if we don't draw a land, we have another Bone Crusher Giant to play. The reason I'm chumping so aggressively is because the 2 mana thing that they could have that's like... The 2 mana Death Shadow would only be a 1/1 because I'm still at 19. That's just how we wrote it up, people. Get a mountain. Play Nahiri. We will exile target tapped creature, thank you. What is this? Ugh. Apostle's Blessing? Apostle's Blessing? Our opponent's on something else, that's for sure. Is this going to kill Nahiri? Kind of has to, right? If it attacks us, Nahiri just kills it, yeah. And Nahiri gained just 5 life at least. What to do, what to do. Well, Jenna's not really good here now anyway, so I'm just going to play her out so that maybe they go for her instead of me. I'm going to cycle my Sheltered Thicket and draw something cool like a Wrath. That's kind of cool. So next time we might be able to play a Hazoret, which keeps their Gurmag Angler well the fuck away from us. This probably has. This kind of just has to kill Chandra, which means we get to stay at a nice healthy 18. Yep. The deck probably has Colgan's command too. No, okay. Street Wraith, okay. That's pretty hot. Nice Street Wraith opponent. Nice fucking Street Wraith. Kinda like that. Kinda like that. I mean, they're a black-red deck anyway, but like taking double black away from them is kind of cool. Is this a Gurmag? Oh, opponent, stop it. Okay. Hazard. We're going to pretend our Hazard can't block. Which I've been punished for before on Magic Online, but we're going to be smart about it this time. I have Chalice on one opponent. Surely I don't have 1-drops that I can play off this to let my Hazard block. Come on. Nice opponent. Nice. Play this. I get to. Yeah, I'm just gonna like kill them with Hazard triggers at this point. That is my game plan now. And they scoop. Awesome. So there's so many weird things that these kind of lists are doing where it's like part Death Shadow, part Prowess, that I don't really know how I'm meant to sideboard. It's like these, like the Swift Spears, I don't think they're Prowessy enough for me to want Damping Sphere. I think I just want to lean heavily into Chalice. I can definitely trim some Blood Moons. I mean, realistically, Angers aren't good. I'll just keep in my spot removal. Maybe the Cast Out? It does do with Angler. Hazard's really good. Nihiri and Chandra, both fine. Maybe it's a Simian? Maybe it's a land, actually. Maybe it's like a Needle Spires. Let's try that. I mean, yeah, I'm not keeping this hand. Stupid as it sounds, because like there's Emrakul here, there's only one land here, there's 2 Simians, some 2-drops. Like this turn Rest in Peace, I'm assuming is going to be pretty good. That one. That's why I exile the Simian game. Maybe I could trim lower on Blood Moons. I'm guessing they needed to be able to like Thoughtseize us for their hand to be good. They kept 6. Okay. Land? No, it's their turn. What am I talking about? And maybe they were relying on Gurmag Angler a little. Land? I kind of want to play this Hazard, but I also kind of don't because this is my only red source. So holding up this Helix might be more important. And also I can't realistically get empty-handed enough to use Hazard. Okay, they bolted themselves. Cool. Cool. I'm not going to helix this shadow. Stop. Give me a red land. I need red mana. Okay. Okay, it's out of helix range now. Okay. I'll take 5. You got it. Land. Give me a land. I'll take any land at this point. I'll even take another plains. Who knows? Maybe our opponent will put himself to 3 and let me kill them with Simeon into Helix. How do I win from here? Fucked if I know. Land. Well, I'm playing it. It makes all of our land top decks good except for basic plains. Yeah, go on, crack your Sunbaked Canyon. So we need to draw something this turn. What is this? Team of Battle Rage? God damn it. Alright. Alright, game 3. Let's find a better hand to keep, I guess. It was kind of rough. Looking at this Needle Spires on the board makes me question stuff, you know. Let's cut another Blood Moon. Yeah. I'd like to play first. We have to mulligan. We need to find something better than this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep this. Bye, Emrakul. Plains. Exile Simeon. Chalice for 1. Okay. Now we're cooking. Chalice for 1 on 1. Couldn't ask much more than that. Okay, now I'm asking for land specifically. Nope, you are not a land. If I get to resolve a Planeswalker, we're pretty good here now. Okay, her opponent's just chilling. Hey, a land. That's pretty cool. Now give me another one. Okay. Okay, just throwing away a bolt, I guess. That is also a 1-drop. Oh, they're trying to feed their graveyard for a Gurmag. If you don't give me a land, give me a rest in peace. Okay, I will also accept a land. Play out Nahiri because it's the fastest clock. I think I'm okay with pitching this Helix. Yeah. My opponent's got nothing apparently. Hey, it's our boy Needle Spires. I'll discard the excess Nahiri. I'm just going to play out Chandra here. Now, because we're ultimating next turn, I'm not going to exile the top card. On the off chance that it's fucking Emrakul, I'm just going to double red and not use it. Even though if we draw it, we'll have to discard it to Nahiri. My Chalice! That was a very punk rock of you, opponent. Okay. Well. Gonna do this. I'm gonna show you my Emrakul. I'm gonna do this. No. I'm gonna attack you with my Emrakul. And you're gonna die. Right. Awesome. Match number 4 in the bag. We're currently 3-1. Positive record. Love to see it. And match number 5 coming up. Alrighty, we've got an opponent. Match number 5 coming right up. Won the die roll. Okay. This is a turn 2 Blood Moon, but it leaves us with no white. Yeah. Yeah. Seems fine. Needle Spires. Spybluff Canal. Okay. Oh yeah. You love to see it. Blood Moon. Sure thing, opponent. Opt away. Now, our opponent could be Storm, which means that Blood Moon isn't like funky fresh, like all that in a bag of potato chips, but turns them off blue mana, so that's cool. Simeon? Oh. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, again, our opponent could be Storm and we could be fucking dead anyway, but it is pretty cool. We got a turn 2 Moon, turn 3 Nahiri, so it's going to be a turn 5 kill. Trying to think what else they could be. Spybluff Canal, Mountain Opt. Are they gut-shotting me? So this is going to be the draw 3, light up stage, yeah. So they're blue-red prowess. They're going to Manamorphose to get the mana to cast their Sprite Dragon, I guess. Or maybe the other thing? Yeah, there's the other thing. Okay. So this is a problem. Wrath. No, not Wrath. So what do I want to do here? I think I want to discard the Sheltered Thicket because I want... Well, Anger's good too. Yeah, let's do this. Otherwise, I kind of want to be able to stomp like a Sprite Dragon or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just chill. Okay, Soulscar Mage. If they have prowess spells, they're probably going to play them to pump up this thingy to hit Nahiri. Burst Lightning. Okay. Okay. Here he's down. That's not great. This is very average for us. Wrath. Chels for 1. So if they have any 1-drops, they're probably going to try and play them in response. They're not. Okay. I'm just going to try and stomp this then. Awesome. They've got 2 cards in hand. They've got a Stormwing Entity in play, but we do have a lot of Helixes and Angers and Wraths and crap that deals with it. Also, like Nihiri's and Chandras off the top deal with it. Awesome. Goodbye. This game should be in the bag, I think. They still have no blue mana, so yeah, they need a Manamorphose to be able to like another Stormwing Entity. Sprite Dragon's fine. We have a lot of ways to deal with that. Oh, that just gets with... That's... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Get out of here. And cast Bone Crusher. Cool. This is looking pretty decent. Okay, we'll discard our planes. Just in 2 turns of like Manamorphose and stuff. I've got like 3 Lightning Helixes that I care about. Let's go to combat. Sprite Dragon costs 2. Yeah, let's... Against my better judgment, let's play a Chalice on 2. Oh, they scooped to it. That's cool. Alright, so versing red-blue prowess. So I like Damping Sphere. Kind of like Leyline. I don't hate Chandra either. No, I do kind of hate Chandra. I take that back. So Blood Moons are still good. I can see like trimming 1 or 2. Chalices are really good. Cast Out might be necessary to take down like their flyer. Hazard doesn't feel great in the face of Sprite Dragon and stuff. Everything else feels pretty good. So what if I take these? Get back there. Take these 2 out. I still need to take out 4 cards. Maybe it's just the Simians. They're kind of fast though, and like getting a Charleston down as quick as possible is really important. But they are bad top decks. Bone Crushers are pretty good, just as spot removal. I mean, my sweepers are all really good. Is it crazy you don't want to take out Chandra? Then I have like no win conditions. Just like Nihiris and Bone Crushers. Maybe just 1 Leyline actually. That's probably good. And so it's either the Chandras or like 2 Simians. Let's take out a Simian and a Moon, actually. Let's go down to 2 Moons. Because they do have Manamorphos and crap. Yeah. Gonna keep based on the strength of Damping Sphere. They also keep their 7. Okay, T-Swifty coming in hot. Gonna lead Temple. Yeah, keep Bone Crusher. We'll see what they do here, so whether I want a Helix or Damping Sphere. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure I want a Damping Sphere just to keep them from growing both of these. Maybe I just start taking these down one by one, actually. Save Damping Sphere for later. Let's stomp this guy. Cool. Manamorphose, sure. Seems kind of weird not playing the Damping Sphere out early, but I think taking down their creatures with my spot removal is more important. They just did nothing with their mana? Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to Helix because game life feels kind of important here too. Okay. No, you got it. Spell Pierce resolves. Play. Damping Sphere just lets us keep more hands that don't have removal because that spot it would have been just as good as removal, I think. Like on the playing it on turn 2. Could be dead here. If not, here he gets to take down this Swift Spear. Oh dear. You got it. Is it too late to play a Chalcon one? Probably. Let's start with Nahiri. Get out of here. Oh, sod off with your bloody creatures. They're ignoring Nahiri and this is a bolt and I'm dead. Yep. You got it. Okay, going into game 3. Maybe the Simian is pretty important actually. Let's bring the Simian. Let's bring the Blood Moon back in. Let's cut the Chandras and see how this feels. I think every other card's really important. Chandra less so. Maybe it was trimming some Nahiris. We'll mull. Yes, looks better. We'll keep. So I need the lands, I need the Simian. I want the Damping Sphere. I think I should bottom the Blood Moon, right? And we're just gonna... Do we turn on Damping Sphere? Is that crazy? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Maybe I should have played Mesa so I could fetch up a tapped Sacred Foundry. So I can stomp, untap Damping Sphere. Or I can just untap Damping Sphere. Untap Damping Sphere just feels fine. Okay. I'm gonna get Sacred Foundry. Even though I don't really want to take two. I can also double Simeon for a stomp here if I really want to. I think I want them to play like a creature and then I can double Simeon into Wrath. Yeah, that's lit. That's what we want. Wrath. Sure. I am bolted. You got me. Oof. It's a very aggressive opponent. Oh my god. They're bolting me so aggressively. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold up Helix. Just gonna Helix them here. So I'm very worried about being able to die out of nowhere now. The thing has haste. Jesus. Good news is I get to stomp it. God, can I draw a land, please? They have like mutagenic growth here. I'm in a little bit of trouble. Because they do not. They have 2 cards left in hand. They appear to have stopped the onslaught of burn spells at my face for the time being, so that's cool. What you doing, opponent? Nothing? Alright. I don't want that land, I don't think. We're in a dangerous spot here. Maybe I should play out a Bone Crusher. I think I will. Because I kind of need to start getting a clock going. Because they have us on a virtual 4. Which is not ideal. Okay. Nothing? I like nothing. Okay, so we've got them on a 3-turn clock here. Because we have 2 damage here if we need it. Okay. Trying to draw towards a lightning bolt, I guess. It's pretty good for them because they have the lava dart. It's See if they cast a lava dart. No, they're happy to get in for one. Okay. Let's force the issue now. Because this takes them off a land as well. Mutagenic growth, okay. Okay, so they're dead. Cool. Awesome. That's a 4-on-1 league. Nice turnaround from our 0-5 last week. Spoilers to anyone who hasn't watched that yet, but awesome. Join us shortly for the post-league wrap-up. Alright, so that's a nice turnaround from last week. And it's also kind of nice considering, like I said, I'm not playing new cards I don't already own in paper, which I haven't been to my LGS for like 8 months or something. And I've only had like a couple of cards like delivered or anything in that time. So I'm mostly playing with cards that are at least half a year old. So kind of cool that we could get away with that in this league. Sheltered Thicket. I don't think I played properly with this sometimes. Like there are times where I should have held it and cycled it. And instead I just chose to discard it to Nahiri or something. Needle Spires wasn't anything crazy. Like I could easily see these being replaced if you wanted to play a more tuned version of the list. You could also like cut these two and add a spell in a land, I think. I think these being extra tap lands means you kind of want to be on the 25 land. I was kind of happy to be back on 25 lands, to be totally honest. We've been playing 24 for a little while. And it just didn't feel the same. Again, like I've got Needle Spires and 2 Shelter Thickets, so these are kind of like I'm running 25 land, but I'm kind of easing into it with that. I think it's mostly that I got used to the mulligan decisions with 25, because there is a difference between 25 and 24 with your mulliganing, I found. 25 lets you mulligan more aggressively because you have more lands here, so you can keep the looser 1 and 2 landers, which I got punished for once this league, but other times I actually got rewarded for it. Whereas on 24, you kind of have to keep a hand with lands that let you cast your spells because you're less likely to top deck into the correct mana base, so you're actually pretty happy to keep 3 and 4 land hands, whereas with this build, you kind of want to send away your 4 land hands. Bone Crashers were awesome as always. I really, really love this card in this deck. Helix did what Helix does, was good. Anger, it wasn't like crazy impressive. It's like I actually was more interested in the Wraths and the Day of Judgment, to be honest. But I think Anger is kind of a necessary evil for the like Exile Claws and just like being a turn faster. Everything else was kind of cool. Hazard did some work. I think it was the reason I beat Red Black Shadow in match number 4. Neri's Enchantress was cool. I actually liked cutting the Chandras against Prowess because I had enough good cards to bring in. Chalice did work. Emrakul obviously is win condition. Cyber all felt great. The Chandras obviously aren't the best, but the fact that I brought them in against like Taxes and they seem to do pretty okay. Like the only match we lost was against Taxes after having just beaten Taxes, but it was because I predicted my opponent had Resto, and then I kind of did the worst play that let me get punished for their Resto, so that was kind of silly. Everything else felt good. Like having these 4 cards, all as 3 of, just felt really good. And this little wear tear did some work against Taxes, being able to kill their 8th Vial, so kind of cool with everything. I could see wanting to bring Gideon back in, like even just over Hazard altogether, maybe throwing Hazard in the board somewhere, like over the wear tear or something, or the 3rd Damping Sphere even. But yeah, no, the list felt good. It played pretty well. So we beat 2 Prowess decks. We beat 1 Taxes, lost 1 Taxes, and beat Shadow, which like lastly we lost to 2 Shadow lists in a row, so I'm glad we're at least able to fix that. I think honestly part of our issue last league was that we're on 24 land with 2 Shelter Thicket, because these are kind of more like, it's more like running Think Twice in your deck, it's more of a spell than a land. and being a tap lane kind of hurts. So yeah, that all went pretty well, and we won some chests for it. So let's get it cracking. Okay, some play point. Ooh, can you load the artwork, please? I mean, Visions Beyond's also a good card, and this is one of the companions that got hurt most by the companion rule change. It's now like basically unplayable because it and the white red one are both cost reducers. So the fact that it costs you more to get access to this as a companion means that its cost reduction is really bad, unless you're like specifically using this for like a combo thing where you need everything to cost one less, where like spending 7 mana to put it into your hand and then cast is worth it. The artwork's not going to load, whatever. It was what I was interested in for like KCI style, slot machine style brews, but Silumgar, that's kind of cool. Some player points. What else we got? Ooh, Child of Alara and Sliver Legion. That's awesome. 2 really good 5-color commanders. That's dope. Happy with that. What else we got? Thought-Knot Seer? That's cool. Very playable. And a Labyrinth Champion. Okay. And Lucky Last. Geode Rager. Okay. And Call to the Kindred. I don't think either of these cards is good enough to warrant only giving us 5 play points Magic Online, but whatever. Yeah, so that was the league. Let me know what you thought. If there were any plays you think I could have done better, especially in that Mono White Taxes match that I lost. If you saw any lines in, I think it was only game 3 that was actually winnable that I kind of punted really hard. But let me know if you see any lines I missed there. Even in the other matchups, I guess, if there was stuff I could have done differently to make life a little easier on myself. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Feel free to do any of the YouTube stuff, share this around, like it, comment, do whatever you want. But otherwise, I just appreciate the views. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye-zy.